Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Daily Rift. It is Thursday, March 31st. I almost said April 1st, but, you know, that would be wrong. And I don't want to misinform you guys. But it is March 31st, 2011. Pretty boring day on my part. Kind of excited to, sit down and watch a replay, and I hope you are all too. This was from a recent tournament, from the Go for LOL tournament. You have Voy Boy on Corky, Rambo on Maokai, Nart, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce his name, on Amumu, Skara on Rise, I'm a Cutie Pie, who we've actually had a replay from before in these dailies, on Cho'Gath, who is one of my most favorite heroes. I love Cho'Gath. I love Cho'Gath. And another cool hero here is Maokai, and I really want to see how this hero will be played. I am sorry, I am not talking correctly. I personally love the concept behind him. He seems like an awesome tri-laner, if that were to ever happen in LoL. He just has so much CC, and he's kind of like this support tank initiator thing, and I really like him. I really like him. I can't wait for some people to actually start picking him up, and I'm actually starting to see him picked up more in higher level games, which makes me so happy because he's such an underrated hero. But we just saw I'm not entirely sure what team this is, but let's just call him I'm a Cutie Pie's team. Did see Team Solo mid over here. Reginald taking a little bit of damage from the sapling, which is such a great and awesome utility tool. Look at, can scout, do a little bit of damage. Oh, I'm a Cutie Pie getting actually out of position. That was a bad move, and they're beautiful execution from Team Solo mid. And Cho'Gath going down pretty quickly. A little bit stepping over his bounds. Just a bit too much, it looked like. So with that bad start out of the way, we do have a Moo. We're not going to be able to get his blue first, but I'm sure he's okay with this because most of these people can prepare for a situation like that. And Amumu is a very solid jungler. A little bit weak, I find sometimes, though, depending on how he starts and how much support he gets. But that's besides the point. I'm pretty sure Nart, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, will be fine. And my second kill is going to come down for Team Solo mid. Restrice is going to pick up the kill as Alistair on Maokai, which is not good. A 2-0 lead. 2 minutes into the game, they are averaging a kill a minute, folks. That is impressive. It is a very impressive feat. Once again, I cannot talk. A very impressive feat for them this early in the game. So if the game keeps going like this, definitely Team Solo mid is going to roll. But anyways, let's go look at the other team real quick. We have Reginald on Sion, Feedfest on Lux, the Odd One on Trundle, Lokodoku on Tristana, and Westrice on Alistair. Both, I think, are really good teams. This team is a little bit more AoE oriented, which I find Maokai kind of needs to run. And I think Cho'Gath is such an amazing pickup. He's such a good hero. The silence is ridiculously ranged and ridiculously fast in terms of cones. I think the only faster cone in the game is Mordekaiser's. Oh gosh, what is the Mordekaiser's? I completely forget the name of the spell, but yeah, his cone I think is the fastest one in the game, and then Cho'Gath's Feral Scream is just second there. But this I'm a Cutie Pie is doing the honorable start for Cho'Gath here and doing Rupture first. Yeah, Rupture first. More bang for your buck, more damage for your mana. Hell yeah! Love to see Cho'Gath pick up Rupture first, and I really don't like the Feral Scream first Cho'Gath. I just don't like it. I mean, it works and it's really easy harassment, but you just get so much more utility out of that Rupture. Rise in middle. Ah, gosh, Rise, such a good hero. I think I find the rework has made him a completely different role in this game. He's more of like a Riot calls certain tanky DPS. They want to avoid that term and call them brawlers instead. And I almost consider Rise what Riot would consider a brawler because he's I don't know. He just seems so tanky and he can do so much DPS, but Voyboy is a little bit out of position here. He's going to take both a Alistair stun and a silence stun. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to flash out and going to be okay. Probably really low in health, although we can't really see that because of the replay and how it looks. But you know, once again, we're going to see a roaming Alistair, letting Lux free farm down here. Roaming Alistair is such a solid play overall in this game. And here we go, we're going to see a little bit of Maokai initiation and some good burst from him. He's just so strong. When he gets about level 4, he can do some pretty impressive burst and can really shut down some of the squishier heroes in lane like this Lux. And, you know, I can't wait till there's a little bit of communication here in this Maokai and Cho'Gath start timing their CC with one another, like a Rupture and a Twisted Advance would be very, very nasty. Amumu looking for a gank here, but is going to go back. Lokudoku is not really getting much out of this. Is going to be not initiated upon. Okay. Rise is going to go back. So this is a really smart move, and you really start to see it in a lot of higher level plays. Is that they don't really like to leave a lane open. Leaving a lane open is a bad thing. You shouldn't do it. If you need to go back, go back. Don't let them get that kill, especially when they're in a 2-1 lead. 2-0. Sorry, lead over you. So. Yeah, smart play. Just letting him go back and get that extra item. And, you know, some complaints about this might be that, well, Clint Leetwood, Rise is now a little bit under-leveled in this Tristana. But yeah, it's true, but he has a little bit of an advantage because he does have the items that makes him a little bit better. So there is, you know, you're kind of trading something for an advantage. You know, that mana does scale really well with Rise, and he doesn't do a lot of damage. But Voyboy a little bit out of position here. I'm not entirely sure what's going to be going on. Actually, we can see it in live time here. A lot of damage coming down on Voyboy. He is going to get away with about 80 health. Has to go back. Reginald is maybe going to go for the kill. Oh, and I'm so sorry I missed that, ladies and gentlemen. Lokudoku picking up a kill in middle with his Tristana play, which I have seen before in several 1v1 tournaments hosted by Team Solo Mid. And it's very, very impressive, very, very strong. And, you know, even though Rise is a really strong laner and very tanky person, it's very hard to hold. Maokai, a little bit of this, is going to take a lot of damage, and Trundle's going to come in. Great gank. Trundle didn't even really need to do damage, but they are going to give the kill to Trundle, which does mean that Trundle is going to get a little more farm than, you know, to help him scale better in the late game. And Trundle is very, very good. Flashes and ghosts coming about from just about everyone. Oh, and a little bit of a misstep here, and Cutie Pie is gonna go down. There's no way you can get out of that. Voyboy is rallying the team together, saying, "Come on, guys, we can do this. Come on, come on. Stop messing around. Play a little smarter." 2 kills on the odd one, I think, right now. No, 1 kill and 3 assists. That's really solid. Trundle is a very strong jungler, and he can just scale so well into like this really tanky and strong DPS, I find, in the late game. Excuse me. So, Interior Crocodile. He's referencing that silly song that was found on YouTube after Renekton was announced. Anyways. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Trundle. Strong hero. Can do a lot of damage late game. And, you know, I hope he gets to scale well, and I hope this game actually isn't just a stomp, because 0-5 in the first 8 minutes is looking pretty stompy. So I hope Cutie Pie's team can really turn this around. And I'm sorry that I forgot their name, guys. I looked at the replay title and made a mental note, but I just skipped my just went in one ear and right out the other. So yeah, sorry about that. Ward's starting to come down on Dragon, as Trundle does get farmed, though, so this is something really important to know. Yeah, and Trundle is going to come in, going to take out this Ward. And, you know, I really don't think Team Solo Mid can be interrupted at this Dragon. It's going to be really hard. Ward is going to come down, spotting Cutie Pie. Solid placement, solid thinking. They are timing things just right, and that's what it really comes down to being important, is if you can time things just right. I do not think that's the accurate health. No, it's definitely not the accurate health. But Voivoi is going to take a lot of damage here, I'm sure. Might even be going down, but wow. Beautiful Maokai gank. Sadly, Voivoi is going to go down to an Ignite. But beautiful Maokai gank. He knocked him back just a little bit so he can get back in tower range, taking a lot of damage. So overall, strong ganks. That might actually help out that Corki and give him a little bit of more advantage, because Sion did die first, which means Corki did get experience for being in that. Tristana's not going to come gank. He's just going to chill out there, which is smart. He doesn't know. Well, he does know, because he did come through here. But I was going to say, he might not know if someone's in here going to try and gank him if he ganks. But no, that's not the idea. It's just going to come up there and hold the lane. Alex is going to get some solo experience to make up for the early roaming, and Lux is going to transition to mid. So lots of movement from, it looks like both teams. Lots of, you know, they're well thought out in how they want to do lane transitions and who wants to go back. And I'm not entirely sure what Team Solo Mid is doing, but they are going to catch this Amumu maybe out of position. Oh, beautiful snare. And there's just no way you're going to get out of that. That Amumu is probably down to like 20 health. Yeah, there it is. There's the kill. Now Tristana's in a little bit of an awkward place here. If Corki can turn around and probably secure this kill. Let's see if Rambo does come in. Rise is going to come in. Here we go. Here's a twisted advance. Here is the knockback. Yeah, Rise is going to secure the kill, and Reginald is going to back out. But Trundle and Lux are in a little bit of an awkward position. Bottom tower did go down. I'm sorry, I forgot to note that. But that happened way before, when there was a huge gank down on bottom, when Cutie Pie was playing a little bit silly and let himself get ganked. But this this push is going to get a little bit of damage down on this tower. I'd probably say about 300, maybe 400 damage. Actually, probably more than no, just about 500 damage. Okay. Now Lux is MIA. I'm not entirely sure where she is. There she is, right there. So once again, lane transition's not going to leave out an open lane, even though they did a little bit here. But Team Solo Mid up a dragon, up 5 kills, and 11 minutes in. This is pretty significant. That's a pretty big lead, and it's going to be definitely hard to come back. If I were to say something about this, I would say that Team Solo Mid has to make a serious blunder for this to mess up. Yeah, Voivoi's going to go down to Sion once again. It's very hard to lane against the Sion. He is really, really strong. That shield allows him to dive very, very well. So, you know, Team Solo Mid is going to have to make some serious mistakes to allow Cutie Pie's team to even come back into this. So we'll see. We'll see how this game goes. Ganks are just so much. Wow, beautiful counter game. This might be the mistakes we're talking about. Is not necessarily understanding how much damage can be caused by a certain hero. Rise is going to get 2 kills here, and might even pick up a triple kill. Once again, these are the mistakes that we're talking about, and is going to make the game turn around, as Rise did pick up 3 kills there. Beautiful support from Maokai. Just barely having enough mana to get through that. And a Sheen pickup on him, which is so interesting. I've not really thought about that idea. But probably going to see one person going to go down. Yeah, Rambo is probably going to be picked up here. I would probably just leave him. I would not see him really getting out of this. Although, you know, supporting your teammates in this case is a good idea. But yeah, see. Oh, wow. This might be even turned around. Sion is going to go down by a feast, and then Trundle's going to go down from Rise. This is the mistakes we're talking about. Chasing that hard, giving 5 kills back to Cutie Pie's team. Oh, 7-9. 7-9. That turns the game around completely, and I honestly said Team Solomid has this if they don't make a mistake, and there's the mistakes. Those mistakes will definitely... They're kicking themselves right now. I guarantee it. I guarantee they're kicking themselves right now. Anyways, before any more action occurs, but, you know, probably jinxing myself because as soon as I start talking about items, I guarantee action will occur. Catalyst, Ionian, Boots of Lucidity, Doran's Ring, Sight Wards, good warding. Trundle and Lux are picking up the wards, and Alistair, so 2 supports and the jungle. That makes absolutely perfect sense. So they know their roles, they're competent, and you know that goes without saying because these players are some of the better players on the NA servers. So I shouldn't really have to look for that, but you know it's good to know. Sheen on Maokai. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. It sounds awesome in theory because he is a very spammy hero, but I don't know if he has enough base damage to justify it. But a lot of damage coming down on Void Boy, and it's not going to really matter because look at this. Here comes Maokai. Is going to pop the ultimate. Going to do a lot of burst damage on the Scion. Perfect. Focusing. Oh my gosh, Tristana is going to get away. They need to turn around and try and kill this Trundle. But that was some really picture-perfect focusing and a beautiful rupture. And then a Feast is going to come out, securing that kill, giving Mumu that red. Also, Void Boy getting away with about 50 health, also picking up the kill on Alistair. So the score is now 10-11 in favor of Team Solomid still, but just barely. If they can pull a tower out of this and then go in Dragon, then we're talking about almost a near even game. A 1-kill lead even. But let's look at the farm. You know, that's actually really even. Look at this. You have Corki and Scion. Corki's actually beating him there. 2 junglers. Relatively the same amount of creeps. Mid lanes. Tristana is surging ahead of Rise, but that's to be expected. And then Maokai and Alistair just about at the same amount of farm, which is just perfect. Actually, Cho'Gath, I would almost consider the solo laner here because he's rolling 100 creep kills and Tristana's rolling 106. So the farm is really spread out and really even. So as I said, if PewDiePie's team can pull off a tower and then a dragon, which they're aiming to do right now, then we're talking literally about a 1-kill lead. There is no extra farm. Nothing really to note other than that, and bad positioning from Void Boy is going to go down. Sorry coming out. Oh, and Scar not going to be able to get that flash off, and is going to take us so much burst damage. And now, once again, these are mistakes you cannot make. Oh, a beautiful rupture, but it's not going to really do much. PewDiePie's team now in a significant deficit once again. Our dragon is going to be picked up because of that, and now we're going to talk about a 4-kill, 2 dragon, 1 tower down lead. That sounds like a lot to say, but you know that's pretty significant. It's definitely something to worry about. But let's talk about items real quick before any more action starts. And once again, I'm jinxing myself because action always starts when I start talking about items, and I'm talking really fast. Wow. So 2 hearts of gold on Mumu. Null Magic Mantle, Merctur's going to be picked up there. Probably also Banshee's Veil because the Negatron Cloak and Sapphire Crystal. Mana Moon, Amplifying Tome, Sapphire Crystal, Sheen. We're going to go for a pretty good, strong, bursty, Corki build. I like it. Nothing really out of anything. Nothing really too odd about that. A Mumu ult coming down. Yeah, here's also the stun. Oh, a miss stun. But I don't think it's going to really matter because he is going to pick up the kill on the Scion, and that's what really matters in the end. Because this Corki does get an assist for it, so that is perfectly okay. Rise is rolling a Catalyst, Glacial Shroud, and Tier. That is a lot of mana, 2,633 mana. Now, I was talking with a friend today, and we weren't really sure how to gauge his damage. Rise, that is. Something I've kind of figured out to do is that You can shave off the last point of his mana. So in this case, he has 2,749 mana. So if you shave off that 9, you have 2,274 damage, extra damage on his Q. So yeah, just that might be a way to think about Ryze's damage if you're ever playing against him, because he's a little hard to gauge. Merc Treads, Cloth Armor, Ruby Crystal. So definitely an Aegis pickup here, which is a great item. Every team should have it. You should always find a person designated to take it. And I actually like it on my Cho'Gath. But, you know, if Maokai is going to pick that up, that's okay too. Lots of damage coming down on Ryze. And, you know, another good gank by Team Solo Mid. You can't really do much about that. Sheen is picked up. Oh, wow. Look at this amount of CC. All of it was stacked, too. I mean, not stacked. All of it was a chain for the most part. So that was really good to see. A lot of the a sign of a not well-organized team is a team that stacks CC. Like, a stack a 2-second stun upon another 2-second stun upon another 2-second stun. Instead of 2-second stun, wait about a second and a half, and then drop another stun, and then wait about another second and a half, and drop another stun. So, you know, really, you know, once again, this goes without saying, because these are some of the best players on NA. So, whatever. Sprite. Anyways, some item pickups. Soon to be Rabadons and Scion, which is always a standard build on them. Sheen into Rabadons into Lichbane. Pretty standard. Lokudoku going Berserk Greaves, which I don't really like on Tristana. With the amount of free attack speed he gets, I don't really know if I agree with that. But whatever. Doran's Blade, and then Pickaxe. Interesting. Pickaxe is going to be picked up on her again. Maybe Aventard's Blood Razor. That's even a Last Whisper would make sense. But Infinity Edge also being picked up on her. Zeal is soon to be picked up on. Wow, look at this. This is going to be an insanely good fight under the tower. Team Solo Mid is trying very hard to get some type of an advantage under this tower. And this Tristana is going to seriously just sit there and right-click away. I can't really see Cutie team holding this. And Voidbite might actually be a little bit out of position here, and I don't really like that. Now he's going to Valkyrie over the wall. And just set up for a fight. But something to really important to note here, yeah, is they're red. As we all saw, Team Solo Mid walk all the way over here. So, we really want that red to go to Corki. Rod of Ages, Blasting Wand. What would that Blasting Wand be built into? Maybe Rabadons? I don't know. Lux does need a lot of AP to be really good, so, you know, Rabadons does make sense in that case. So, who knows? Wriggles, Heart of Gold, Merc Treads, Zeal pick up on Trundle, and a really solid, I almost think, core item build here for Alistair, minus an Aegis, is 2 Hearts of Gold, a Sheen, and Boots of Mobility. Lots of solid roaming potential, and I don't know, I really like the build. I just think it's awesome. Yeah, roaming Alistair's so good early on, and, you know, even though he's going to lose out of a little bit of farm, he's going to roll in Oracles for a little bit extra support. But, you know, this is really all the relative tankiness he needs. He has a lot of utility, a lot of extra damage. He has a lot of base damage. So, you know, Sheen's all he really needs. Just a quick tip for those that are ward hunting in the jungle or in bushes. A-click a bush if you have oracles. Upon walking into a bush with a ward, and if you have oracles and you A-clicked it, you will automatically attack it. Anyways, Ionian Boots of Lucidity on Cho'Gath. I don't really know how I feel about that. I don't particularly like it. I like merc turds on him because I like to make sure I can get to that carry and feast them. But anyways, that's a little bit, you know, different strokes, I guess. And Bansheesville also picked up on Cho'Gath. Baron being started with Corki back at base. No one's back at base. Okay, lots of damage coming down on this Baron. It's quite impressive how much they're doing so quickly. And almost a luck steal, but however, Cho'Gath is able to rupture, secure a kill. Amumu is probably going to have to ult here to stay alive. Let's see if he can. His ult is up. Where is it? Where is it? Voyboy's going to go down, and that ult is so late. Where was that ult? Oh, that was almost frustrating to watch. However, there's lots of damage coming down from Skara, and this is probably going to pick up a triple kill here. A triple kill being picked up on Skara. Rupture going to land! Oh, boy, is this going to be a quadra? No! Skara died! I didn't see that. However, Cho'Gath and Maokai are going to be chasing him down. Another Rupture is landed. Here comes a Feral Scream, and it's going to be missed, but here comes the Rupture! Not Rupture, Feast! Nom. Yeah! Good team fight. That was perfect. Perfect for Cutie Pie's team. That was awesome. Cutie Pie is not out of this. Team Solo Mid should be a little bit worried after that because this will allow them to catch back up. 2.4k gold is what Cho'Gath is sitting on right now. Bansheesville also picked up. No, I mentioned that earlier. I'm crazy. But Bansheesville, 2 hearts of gold on Amumu. Catalyst. That's an item I also like on Maokai. I find that he needs a lot of mana and a lot of health. So Rod of Ages. He also needs some AP. So you can see he has a base AP of 58 right now. Because of Sheen and some runes, I'm sure. Frozen Heart pickup. Wow, that's huge on Rise. That's going to really hurt that that Tristana. But bottom tower is going to go down. So now this is a 1 tower lead. Once again, probably soon to be a two tower lead. I cannot talk. I am so sorry. But soon probably to be a 2 tower lead, as you can't really hold all these lanes with one person. Yeah, 2 tower lead once again. This is not good. Oh, but I'm a Cutie Pie is going to solo Sion. He just soloed Sion. Warden's Mail pick up on Cho'Gath and Heart of Gold too. You're going to see a definite Randuin's, which is a solid item on him. He is a very tanky hero, lots of health, and you can really just stack resistances on him if you can keep up 6 stacks at Feast. So you're going to talk about like a 3.5 second, maybe close to 4 second? Who knows? Slow from Randuin's. A little bit of harassment going to come down on Voyboy. Phage is going to be picked up, and Dagger is also going to be picked up, so that's a Zeal pickup. Definitely going into Triforce. We're probably going to see Archangels there. That'd be my guess, at least. So nothing really going on right now. Dragon is dead. I'm not entirely sure who got it recently. Anyways, no Aegis on the Maokai. I did call that wrong. That was into a Heart of Gold. He did go Cloth Armor, Ruby Crystal for a Heart of Gold, and not for a Aegis. So, oh well. A little bit of a team fight might break out here soon. They are going to come down and try and gank Maokai, it seems like, but a sapling is going to foil that if they walk out. Corki, you should not be in front like that, buddy. I don't care if you do have a long-range phosphorus bomb, there's no reason for you to be out like that. So, maybe I can talk about their items real quick, the other team's items. Anyways, Reginald rolling Rabadon's Death Cap, blasting one, no magic mantle. That's interesting. I'm not entirely sure what's going to be going to built into that. Oddone is going to try and pick up Golem very, very quickly. Probably will do it, as Trundle is an incredibly fast jungler. Oh, but he is going to be in a little bit of an awkward position, as Rambo might twist and advance him. No. But a lot of split pushing and just overall good communication, not well communication, I'm crazy. Good communication from, it looks like Team Solo Mid, as they're split pushing everything. But Reginald might be in a little bit of trouble here, as he is going to have to stun that Amumu to get away. But he even might not get away, as this Rupture might secure that kill. Rise is going to come in, and let's see if Amumu can just stun him. No. He had to turn around to stun for just a second with a Cryptic Gaze. But Rise is just going to go bah! And kill him. Yeah. So I can see why there's some magic resist down on that sound now. Lokodoku's already has his last Whisper. Gonna build a BF sword. Probably Black Cleaver. Probably not, actually. Might be a Bloodthirster. I'm not entirely sure. Lichbane is on Scion. Good item pickup. That's pretty much his core build. Morello's Evil Tome on Lux. So that's an interesting pickup. I really like to see that more often. I see it more on supports at higher tier now, because it is like DFG but without the active, and we all know DFG isn't really useful unless you have some pretty decent AP backing it. You can't really expect that to come from a Lux. Anyways, Trinity Force pickup on Trundle, solid items all around. You might even, definitely going to see a Banshee's Veil coming up on Alistair here soon. Randuin's is picked up on Cho'Gath, so that's definitely going to help out the team fight. Combined with that Frozen Heart slow, Tristana's going to have a lot of trouble. And it looks like the odd one is going to try and backdoor him. Huh. A little bit of an initiation on top tower. Team Solo Mid is just kind of poking around and taking pod shots at different turrets in hopes of maybe doing a little bit of damage, but other than that, it doesn't look like there's really anything going on. Baron is going to be attempted again. However, there is a ward there, so it is going to prevent them, just briefly. CV has come down rather. And they're both in kind of a Mexican standoff here. This is like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Just before, the guy gets shot. Baron taking a lot of damage here, and Cho'Gath can very easily take this kill. He does have a 1,000 true damage nuke, but it's going to miss it. But he's still, I'm a Cutie Pie is still going to pick it up. Lots of damage coming down on Rambo. Good initiation. Reginald is going to go down. Now, who they need to go for next is Lokodoku, and they definitely go right for him. He does go down. Odd One should be next here. He's going to do so much damage, but Rise is going to destroy that Trundle, and Team Solo Mid is definitely in a deficit here, as 2 Barons have been picked up for I'm a Cutie Pie, and an Ace has gone down only for losing 1 person. So you can definitely think that I'm a Cutie Pie is and his team are still in a very strong position here. So let's see how this game turns out. This turned out to be a very fascinating and fun game. I'm so thrilled that Team I'm a Cutie Pie has been able to turn this around. They've just started playing on this whole different level where they take advantage of every mistake and don't make them. And when they do make them, they minimize the impact it has on their team. So 1 tower going down, probably a 2nd tower is also going to go down. Maybe even a 3rd tower, which will definitely put I'm a Cutie Pie in a very strong lead here, as 3 kills are down for Cho'Gath here. And I'm sorry, not 3 kills for Cho'Gath, but 3 kills in favor of PewDiePie. But Cho'Gath just is going to die here, and there's nothing you can really do about it. That's a little bit disappointing. But, you know, a tower did go down top, so I would be okay with that, I guess. Sprite. And here's a beautiful Maokai gank. Yeah. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm so glad to see Maokai being picked up in higher ELO. I called it. This character was good from the second I first played him. And it's just now that he's being played. I'm so happy. I might actually have to try this build out, and I hope you guys try and play him too. Try and mess around with this build because it's very good. I actually have a friend that's been working on a bit of a jungle Maokai. You can stack saplings, I think up to about 3 or possibly even 4 on Golem at the start, and it does quite a bit of significant damage to it and makes jungling very, very easy. So I can also see that being used to help out junglers. Make a solid level 1 team fight, throw 3 saplings onto that Golem, do a lot of damage, make that jungler take like 100 health and damage from Golem, smite it, come over here, do wolves, and then, you know, I don't know, I think that might be something to look into. Guys, Maokai, helping out with the jungle. Support tank thing. Come on, initiation guy. Think about it. Try it. You'll like it. I guarantee it. Randuin's might also be picked up for Maokai, which is interesting. 2 Randuins on the team. Other than that, pretty standard builds. Cho'Gath is picking up Giant's Belt. I want to assume that's a... going to assume that's going to be a Sunfire Cape, as there is not a whole lot of magical damage in this team, as Reginald is going to be picked up pretty quickly. Mumu doing some great initiation, and Reginald is going to be absolutely destroyed by Voyboy and Scar. Oh my! As Alistair ult wears off, Voyboy is going to pick up a 2nd kill. Lokudoku is in some definite trouble here. Is going to have to flash and flash and flash away, and Odd1 is going to be destroyed. Voyboy is going to pick up the kill on Tristana, and then let's see if Corki can get this kill. No, he can't. Oh, he got the kill. Red Buff does secure the kill. He is shut down, though, because he cannot get away from that tower, saying, I don't give a... I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that on there. But this could definitely be GG right here. GGs are being called a little bit in bad manner, but that is whatever. Alistair will be the only one able to defend, probably by the time they hit the Nexus. Overall... this was, I believe, the finals game to go for LOL, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna say this is GG myself, although that might be a little bit wrong, as Sion is gonna come in, but Maokai and Ryze and Cho'Gath and just so much pain. Nexus is taking so much damage, and I don't think even Tristana can come in here and save the day. Yeah, look at this. Ryze is gonna come around. Maybe. Oh, he's gonna be pushed into the fountain. This might be what they need. Oh no, it does not matter, as the Nexus does go down. They could not focus down the enemy team fast enough. I'm a PewDiePie. Does secure this victory in a very solid game. A little bit shorter than we normally watch, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I kind of enjoy 36-minute games over 60-minute games. I don't know about you guys, but... anyways, this is Clint Leewood. I hope you guys enjoyed the Daily Riff number 6, I believe. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, please watch. Leave comments in the comment box. And subscribe. Don't forget to do that. That's all good too. Anyways, this is Clint Leewood signing out. Thanks for watching.